Hello everyone, welcome to my channel Afristylz Yarns. My name is Neema and today I'm going to be showing you how to make this pattern. It's a 2-row repeat pattern made of double crochets and little egg stitch. So you need to know how to make your double crochet, a treble crochet. That way it will be easier for you to make this pattern. But even if you are a beginner, you can follow through because it's a simple pattern to follow. This is a small sample piece I made for the client, and with this we're going to be making a 16-inch by 16-inch throw pillow cover, and I'll be using this pink thread and this white thread. It's a chunky cotton blend yarn and it comes in 400 grams, so I'll just be needing one ball of each to complete the entire project, and I'll be using this together with my size 5mm hook, and you'll need your pair of scissors and your darning needle. This pattern works with 2-row repeat, and to start off we start off with a foundation chain, and it works in multiples of 3 plus 2. So for my 16-inch throw pillow cover I'll be chaining 50. So for the slip cover, what you'll need to do is you'll need a front and a back piece. So it's just a repeat. Once you've gotten a hang of the pattern, you'll just make 2 pieces, and then I'll show you how to join them together, how to install the buttons, and you'll just need to slip in your cushion and you'll be done. So if you love all things crocheting and are passionate about the craft, then you've definitely landed in the right place. Hit the subscribe button and the bell notification so you don't miss out on any of our future crochet videos. Let's get into the pattern. I'll start off the pattern with my white thread, and I'll start off by first making a slip knot. How I do that is I hold the tail end with my left hand, wrap the thread around my 2 fingers, making sure it crosses, turn it to the back, go below the first and pick the second piece of thread and give it a nice little pull, and you have your slip knot on your hook. And then for our pillow we will be chaining 50. So how you make the chains is you just yarn over with your hook and pull through that loop, yarn over, pull through that loop, yarn over, pull through that loop, yarn over, pull through that loop. And what you'll be making is this little V's, and this is what is called a foundation chain. So if you're making something like a dress or a scarf, you need to establish how wide you want it and chain to the length that you want, making sure it's a multiple of 3 plus 2. So for 50, that's 3 times 16, which is 48, plus 2 gets us to 50. So that's where I'm coming from with the 50 chains. I have my 4 chains, and I'll continue making the same till I have 50 chains in total, and we will start off row 1. So I've finished my 50th chain, and the 50th chain stops over there. This loop on your hook does not count as a chain. And so to begin row 1, we're going to begin off by making double crochets. So I'll skip the first 3 chains, 1, 2, 3, and I'll work on my 4th. And to make a double crochet, you just yarn over, go into that 4th space, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. So for this pattern we're going to make 2 more double crochets in the same space. So I'll yarn over, go into the same space, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, go into the same space, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. So you have a total of 3 double crochets, and the 3 chains that was our turning chain does count as a double crochet. So in total you will count like you have 4. After the 3 double crochets in one space, you want to skip 2 spaces and move to the 3rd and work 3 more double crochets in that same space. So we'll yarn over, skip 2, and on the 3rd space go in and pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, go into the same space, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, go into the same space, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, and you have the 3 double crochets. Yarn over, skip 2 spaces, go into the 3rd and pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, go into the same space, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, go into the same space, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, and you have 3 double crochets in that space, in the same space. So for row 1 it will be a repeat of the same, where you skip 2 and on the third space you work 3 double crochets in the same space. So that is row 1. You have your sets of 3 double crochets in the same space. So continue the same, and I'll meet you at the end of row 1 to show you how we finish off. So I'm at the end of row 1 and I've worked my 3 double crochets in my last space. What you'll notice is you have one more space at the end. So what you want to do is yarn over and work one more double crochet in that last space. At the end you'll always have 4 double crochets, same as to the beginning, where you have 3 and this one that counts. So this is a total of 4, and at the end is also a total of 4. So at this point what you want to do is switch to our pink thread, and how I do that is just remove my hook. I give my thread an allowance, an inch allowance. I cut it off, then I'll undo this last double crochet, then I'll come in with my pink thread. So I like joining my threads using what's called a serger knot or a square knot. It's a very strong knot. So how you go about it is you have one on your left, one on your right. The right goes over the left, making a cross like that. Then the one on the bottom will go over and under like that. Then the one that's now on your left will come over the one you're holding with your right, making sure they cross again. And then it goes below and above, making such a knot, and then you give both of them a little pull, and with that you have your knot. And I'll cut this tail ends from the base. And you end up having a very strong knot. After you've made your knot, you want to go and work that last double crochet that we undid, and then we can begin now row 2. For row 2 we'll now be working these X stitches, and this particular X stitches is like 2 rows combined in one. So we'll start off by chaining 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and turn our work, and then just to go back on the knot. The beauty about the knot is you don't have any tail ends to tuck in at the end of your project, because we'll be changing color with every row. That means there'll be a lot of loose ends, so this saves me a lot of time and effort in tucking in all those tail ends, and you are sure that this knot will not come apart. After my chain 4, we're going to start working on the X stitch. And how we start it off, we yarn over twice, because we'll yarn over twice, going to that space between the 3 double crochets and the last one. You'll go into that space and pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2. I'll yarn over, move to the space between the 2 sets of double crochets. This space over here, I'll go in there, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2. And then what I've made is one leg of the X and the other leg of the X. Then I'll yarn over, pull through 2. What that is the joint of the X. Then I'll pull through 2 and pull through 2, making the third leg of the X. Then we'll chain 1 to give the 2 legs spacing. Then I'll yarn over, come back to the joint, go through that first one and the second loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, and you have your X. I'll repeat that again, yarn over twice, and we'll be working in the same space from here. So you'll first work on this same space over here. So I'll go in there, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, and I'll use this as my reference. So what I've made is this first leg of the X, then I'll yarn over, move to the next space over here, because we'll be working between the sets of double crochet. So this inverted V over here, I'll go in there, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2. I've made this second leg of the X, then I'll yarn over and pull through 2. I've made the joint of the X, then pull through 2 and pull through 2. I've made this the right leg of the X, then I'll chain 1 to give space between the right and the left leg of the X, then I'll yarn over, come back into the joint. So I'll go between the 2 loops of the joint and then pull up a loop through those 2 and pull through 2 and pull through 2, basically working a double crochet to finish off the X. And you have your second X stitch. Let's do that again. So yarn over twice, go into that same space, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, go into the next space over here between the 2 sets of double crochet and pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2 loops on to make the joint, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2 to make the right leg of the X, chain 1, yarn over, come into the joint of the X, pull up a loop, pull through 2 and pull through 2, and you have your X. So for row 2 it will be a repeat of the same till the end. So yarn over, start off by going to the same space, pull through 2, yarn over, move to the next space between the 2 sets of double crochet, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, then yarn over and pull through 2 to make the joint, then yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2 to make the third leg of the X, chain 1, yarn over, go into the joint of the X, pull up a loop, pull through 2 and pull through 2. That's how you make your X stitch. So I'm at the end of row 2 and I will work my last X stitch. So I'll yarn over twice, go into the same space, pull up a loop, pull through 2, and then there's this last space between the 3 double crochets and that beginner one over there. So you have to give it a pull in order to see that space. You want to yarn over and go and make your last leg over there, pull through 2, then you'll have like 4 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through 2 to make the joint, then yarn over, pull through 2 and yarn over, pull through 2 to make your third leg, chain 1, yarn over, come to this space between at the joint, go through the first one and the second and pull up a loop through that, pull through 2 and pull through 2, and you have your last X stitch. And then how you want to finish it off is by yarning over twice and going to the same space and making a treble crochet. So you'll yarn over, pull through 2, pull through 2 and pull through 2, and that's how we'll finish off. So at the end you'll have a treble crochet, and at the beginning you'll have a chain 4 space always. So how you start off is how you finish off, so make sure you have that extra post at the beginning and at the end. And then from this point we're going to switch our thread again. So I'll give an inch allowance and cut off my thread, come in with my white, I'll undo that last stitch, right left, right over left, making a cross, then over and under, such across, then goes below and back through the loop, creating such, and then you give it a good little pull, and then you cut your tail ends from the base, and you have your nice clean knot, and you don't have to worry about tucking in those loose ends. After the knot, you want to go back and work that last treble that we have undone, that we undid. So you yarn over twice, go into that last space, pull through 2, pull through 2, and pull through 2, and then we'll begin off now row 3, which is the same as row 1, just a series of double crochet. We'll start off by chaining 3, turn our work, and from here henceforth we'll be working at the chain space between the X, on top of the X only. So the 3 will count as a double crochet, but we'll begin our clusters of 3 over here. So you'll just yarn over and come straight at the top of this X and pull up a loop, pull through 2, pull through 2. That's your first double crochet, and you'll work 2 more double crochets in the same space. Then move to the next space, which is at the top of the next X over here, and work 3 more double crochets in that space. Then move to the next top of the X over here and work 3 more double crochets. In that space. So that's how we're looking like. So you have your X, and then you'll be working at the top of the X. So for row 3, it's just a repeat of the same. All the way across. I'm at the end of row 3, and I'll work my last 3 double crochets in this last space inside the X. And after that I'll work my last double crochet. When you count from the bottom, it's 1, 2 on the third. So you want to go in there, pull up a loop, and work your last double crochet. Because remember, after the set, you always have the last one, the same as the beginning where you had your chain 3 over there. So how you start off, so you'll always have a double crochet, then the 3 sets together, the same as at the end, 3 double crochet the last 3 sets, and then 1 individual one at that. So after this, again, we'll cut off our thread, give it an inch allowance, come in with your pink and do this last double crochet, and then you have your 2 threads. Then the right will go over the left, making an X, then it will come over and under like that, and then the one on your left again will come over, then it will go below and come back up through that loop, making that loop. Then you give it a nice little pull, and then cut off your tail ends from the base, and you have your clean joint over there. So for this, you want to count from the white thread. When you give your project a pull like that, you have this first V over here, the second, the third, and you want to go in at the third. So I'll yarn over, go into this third space over there, pull up a loop and work your last double crochets. So you have this space, and then you want to chain 4, because remember we're working the X stitch. So you have your first, second, third, and fourth. So when you're finishing off, we'll be working on the first, second, on this third one, and then we'll be skipping one. So that one that you skipped is right here. I hope it makes sense. Then after the chaining 4, you want to turn your work and begin working on your X stitch. So you'll yarn over twice, go into this first space over here between the 3 sets of double crochet in that last double crochet, this space over here, go in and pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, move to the next space between the 2 double crochets right here, yarn over, go into the space, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2. You have 4 loops on your hook, you pull through 2, pull through 2, then you'll chain 1, yarn over, come into the joint here, you want to go below the first one and the second and pull up a loop. Now you have 3 loops, pull through 2 and pull through 2 to make your X. Yarn over twice, start off from the same space, pull up a loop, pull through 2, then you'll yarn over, move to the next space over here between the 2 sets of double crochet, that space, pull up a loop, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, pull through 2 and pull through 2, then you'll chain 1, then you'll yarn over, come to the joint over here, go below that first and the second loop like that, yarn over, pull through all the 2, 3 loops on your hook, pull through 2 and pull through 2 to finish off on your X. So again, row 4 is a repeat of row 2 and it's just a repeat pattern all through making your X's. So once you have a hang of it, it will not seem as difficult. You just need to be keen. So you want to continue with your X stitch all the way to the end of row 4 and it will be a repeat all over again. So I'm at the end of row 4 and I'll work my last X stitch. So I'll yarn over twice, go into the same space, pull up a loop, pull through 2, yarn over, go into my last space between the 1 double crochet and the 3, pull up a loop, pull through 2, 4 loops on your hook, pull through the first 2, pull through the second 2, pull through the last 2, chain 1, yarn over, come into the joint, go through those 2 loops, pull through, pull a loop, pull through 2 and pull through 2, and that's your last X. And then remember, we always finish off with a complete treble crochet. So you yarn over twice, go into the same space, pull up a loop, pull through 2, pull through 2 and pull through 2, and you've finished row 4. Then from this point again you want to change your thread back to white. So I'll give my thread an inch allowance, cut it off, I'll undo that last stitch, come in with my white, so white on my left, pink on my right, right over left, then you go up and above like that, then the one on your left will come above the white, creating an X, then it will go below and come back through the loop like that, then you will give it nice little pull and cut off your ends at the edge. Then after making the knot, you want to yarn over twice and work that last treble crochet. At the end of row 4, so you want to chain 3 and turn your work, begin row 5. So again, remember we are working at the top of the X. So after your 3 chains, you want to yarn over and work 3 double crochets in that space. Then move over to the next space at the top of the X and work 3 more double crochet in that same space. Move to the next top of the X and work 3 more double crochets in the same space. And it's a repeat all the way to the end. So from this point, I'm sure you can continue. It's a repeat all the way, so you can continue up until you have enough length for your project. I'll continue up until row 19 to see how much length I'll have achieved. So far with row up to row 5, we have 4 inches. If you're using the same pattern and you're making something different, just continue up until you have enough length, and then you come back and we'll see how we'll finish it off. So I'm at the end of my piece and I've made a total of 20 rows. So that's how we're looking like. So we started from down here, we've made our way up until here. So this last row with my pink is my 20th row. So with this I've been able to achieve 16 inches. So from row 1 to row 20 is a total of 16 inches. So from here, since I've already achieved the length that I require, because I don't want to leave it like this, it's so fragile, what I'll do is after your last treble crochet, so you have your last X stitch over here and then your last treble crochet over there. After your treble crochet, what you want to do is chain 1, turn your work and work a row of slip stitches going down. So how you work your slip stitch is I'll go into that first space over there, just the top, pull up a loop and pull through that. So you go into the space, pull up a loop and pull through the space and pull through that loop. Go into the next space right here, which is at the top of the X stitch. Go in, pull up a loop and pull through like that. This just gives an extra strength, especially to this part. That's its only purpose. So you'll just continue working your slip stitch all across, and this will be our final row. So this is just how I like to finish it off. And in every space, don't skip any space, and it will just give me that nice thick allowance at the top. That's how we're looking like. So in the space, in the X space, you'll just go in and pull up a loop and pull through that loop, but in those spaces you'll go through that space, pull up a loop, go into the next, pull up a loop, all the way to the end. So I'm at the end. So I've worked on my space inside the X. So the next space I'll work my slip stitch, and I'll finish off by working a slip stitch in this last space over there. And after that I'll just chain 1, cut off my thread and pull up that loop, and we'll be done. That's how we're looking like so far. So you realize that now it's a bit, this top edge looks a bit more defined and worked on. So that's how we finish off. So this is your front piece. What you want to do from now is work the same for the back piece. That is if you're making a throw pillow slip cover like I am. If you're not, if you're making a throw blanket, this is a nice time to just, you can either finish it off like this or add some fringe or tassels at the end for an extra detail. But this like this is just, leaving it like this is also nice and neat. There's nothing wrong with it. So what you'll do is just make a back piece, and then I'll show you next how we join the two pieces together. This is the piece that we did, and here I have my other piece. So this one is the one I've just finished working on. So the difference between this and this is my front piece, this will be my back piece. What I've done is I've worked 2 extra rows. After the 20th row, I've worked 2 extra rows. And if you're making a throw pillow slip cover and you'll be installing buttons like I am, because I'll be installing buttons on these ones, I'll need an extra 2 rows just to tuck it in and to cover my throw pillow insert, so it's not seen from the top. So this will be my front, where I end with the pink, and my back piece will be the one I have 2 extra rows. So what we want to do now is to join these 2 pieces together. So there's a front and a back side to it. So when you look at one, when you look at especially the double crochet, you see this one has a flat finish. But when you look at the same at the back, it has some little bumps. So I like considering this the wrong side and this the right side. So what I'll do is I'll turn to the right side. So this will act as my right side, the side that is flat. And I'll match the same. Make sure you see now on this side, you have the little bumps on your double crochets. So the bumps will be the wrong side. And what you want to do is match the wrong sides facing each other. So the wrong sides will be on the inside, because we will be working our stitch on the right side. So this is the wrong side, this is the right side, this is the front piece, this is the back piece, this is the right side, this is the wrong side. So what you want to do is make sure the wrong side and the wrong side are matching, and then the right side and the right side are on the outside. So with that, you have your front piece, back piece, and then now what you want to do is join these 2 pieces together, and then you have your little excess. So the excess will just be to tuck it in to cover the throw pillow from being seen, just like that. So that's why you have that excess. So we are going to start working a row of single crochets in this space, and I'll go in with I'll be joining the 2 pieces using the pink thread. So I'll just start off by making a slip knot. And then with the knot on your hook, you want to go straight into that first space at the top. This is your top left corner. You want to go in, pull up a loop, 2 loops on your hook, yarn over and pull through 2. That's a single crochet, and then we'll be working in each and every space going down. We'll be working 3 single crochets. So that is my first single crochet. Then I'll go into the same space, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, second single crochet, go into the same space, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, third single crochet. Then you'll move to the next space, matching the back and the front. You can easily see that. So move to the next space here in white, go in, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, go into the same space, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, go into the same space, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, move to the next space, which is the pink, pull up a loop, pull through 2, go in, work your second single crochet and your third single crochet. Then move to the next space and work 3 single crochets. So joining this piece is very easy. So you just continue like that. All the way down. So that's how we're looking like. So just continue and I'll meet you at the bottom left corner. I'm on my bottom left corner, and on this last space over here you want to give it a nice little pull so you can see that space. So you'll just go into that space and work your 3 single crochets, because this being a corner and you've worked your 3 in that same space, I'll go in and work 2 more so that the 2 can act as my turning, can help me turn from the left side to the bottom side. And then I'll come to the top side where the 3 double crochets are. I'll go into that space and the same at the back and work 1 single crochet. Then we are in this space. On the foundation chain we were working on 1 space and skipping 2. In this space where we skipped 2, you want to work 2 single crochets in there. And 1 at the top where the double crochets were. So it's 2 single crochets in the space and 1 where the double crochets are, like that. So in the space you work 2 single crochets, and at the top where you have your double crochets you'll work 1, and you want to continue the same. And I'll meet you at the bottom right corner. I'm at the bottom right corner right now. So I've worked 2 single crochets on that final space, so I'll work a single crochet where the 3 double crochets are. In that space I'll work, and then now we are in that first space, so I'll work 5 single crochets, 2 for this side and 2 for this side. So those are 2, 3, 4 and 5. And now you have your nice curve corner. Now we are on the right side. So like on our left side, every space we are going to be working 3 single crochets. So I have my 3, move to the next and work 3. Move to the next and work 3 single crochets. Move to the next space over here and work 3 single crochets, and it's like that till you get to your top right corner. So continue and I'll meet you at the top right corner so we can finish off. I've worked my last 3 single crochets in my last space over there, and from here you see you have your excess 2 rows over there. And after this you want to chain 1 and cut your thread, and we'll tuck this in and our pattern is done. There you have it. This is where you sleep your pillow, and this excess 2 will just be tucking it in like that. What I'm doing now is installing the buttons. So I have 3 buttons. I've already installed the first one, so I'll install 2 more. Just give equal spacing between them like that, and then I'll just install this and install this and we'll be done. So I'll show you how this looks like once we're done. So once your button is installed, that's how it will be looking like. So this is the back side, and you install your buttons at the level of the pillow, which is on your 16th inch mark. So this you'll just tuck it in. Once you've inserted your pillow, you'll tuck this in to cover the pillow insert. Then you button up your pillow. So with your pillow inside, this is what you have, these nice X stitches that are now really defined because of the puffiness of the pillow, and your double crochets. That's how we're looking like. So if you've made it to the end of the video, do give us a thumbs up and leave us a comment in the comment section below on what you like about the video. If you wish to support the channel and the work I do, you can send in your gift of kindness through PayPal. The details are on your screen and in the description box below. Also, remember to subscribe and hit the bell notification so you don't miss out on any of our future crochet videos. And remember to tag us on Instagram on what you're able to make using this pattern. So till next time, keep crocheting.